Hello and welcome to another SonicWALL video tutorial. My name is MG Sriramaya, Senior Tech Support Engineer, SonicWALL. In this video, I'm going to show you how to configure per policy forbidden domains with multiple CFS policies. These are the steps to configure this setup. Create CFS policies, configure per policy forbidden domains, assign the CFS policies to user groups, test the setup. I have logged into the management interface of the SonicWALL and have navigated to the content filter page under Security Services. Click on Configure to open the SonicWALL filter properties window. Enable the checkboxes under Enable HTTPS content filtering and Enable CFS server failover. Click on the Policy tab. Here you can see there are three policies, the default policy and two custom policies. SonicWALL CFS works on the principle of the least restrictive or most permissive action to block or allow a website. In practice, what this translates to is in a custom CFS policy, when a website or its category is blocked, CFS compares the block action with the default policy, and if the website or its category is blocked in the default policy, it blocks the website. However, if the website or its category is not blocked in the default policy, CFS allows the website through. Therefore, the best practice is to keep the default policy the most restrictive, or in other words, have all its categories checked for blocking, like here. So here in the teachers policy, we have many categories blocked. For instance, the email category is blocked here in the teachers policy as well as the default policy, and therefore any website which falls under the email category will be blocked. I also have here many categories allowed. For instance, search engines and portals. This category is blocked in the default policy, but a block action in the default policy and an allow action in the custom policy will result in an allow action based on the least restrictive principle, allow being less restrictive than a block. This configuration is good for categories, but for individual websites, it gets a bit more complex, although the principle is the same. Here, we allowed the category News and Media for the teachers policy, but let us say we want to block two websites within that category, for example, CNN.com and BBC.co.uk, and we want this to be applicable for only this policy. To configure this scenario, we first go to the settings page of this policy. Here, we set the source of forbidden domains to per policy. With this defined, the list of websites we enter here will be applicable to only this policy. Now click on the Custom List tab. Under Forbidden Domains, enter bbc.co.uk and cnn.com. Remember, I had said that each action on a website or a category will be checked against the default policy and the least restrictive action will be taken. So to block a website, we must block it under the default policy also. Edit the default policy and go to the Settings tab. Set the source of forbidden domains to per policy. Click on the Custom List tab. Enter bbc.co.uk and cnn.com under forbidden domains. Click on OK to save. Let us try another website, this time for the students policy. As you can see, the students policy has pretty much everything blocked except education, news and media, and email. Let us say we want to block a website in the education category without blocking the entire category. Let's say we want to block stanford.edu. To do this, click on the settings page and set the source of forbidden domains to per policy. On the custom list tab, enter stanford.edu under forbidden domains. In the default policy, go to the custom list tab and enter stanford.edu under forbidden domains. You can see here there are three websites under forbidden domains, but bbc.co.uk and cnn.com will be blocked only for the teachers policy, and stanford.edu will be blocked only for the students policy. Before we are done here, let us add an incorrect configuration just to show what could go wrong. You know that news and media is allowed for both policies. Let us say we want to block newyorker.com for students. So we enter it under the forbidden domains of the student policy, but we deliberately leave out adding it under the default policy. Let us now test the configuration. I am on the user's local groups page. I have here two LDAP user groups imported and have assigned the teachers group with the teachers policy and the students group with the students policy. I also make sure CFS is enabled under zones. I am logged into a host with the username user-1. This user belongs to the teachers group and they must be blocked from bbc.co.uk and cnn.com. I go to google.com just to check whether it is allowed, and I'm able to access it. Now I try bbc.co.uk, and I'm blocked. You notice the block page says here that it is blocked under Administrative Custom Listing, which is another way of saying custom list. Let us now log out and log in as user-2. They must be blocked from stanford.edu. First, I go to an allowed site, bbc.co.uk, and it is allowed as it should be. Now let us try stanford.edu. It is blocked. So far so good. Finally, let us see whether newyorker.com is blocked. It is not. And you know why. It was entered only in the students policy without adding it under the default policy. This concludes this video on how to configure per policy forbidden domains with multiple CFS policies. Thank you for watching this video. To learn more about Dell SonicWALL security products, visit dellsoftware.com/solutions/network-security. For more video tutorials, visit dellsoftware.com/support.